mentor, life coach, motivational speaker, evangelist, and a musician. In this video, we're going to be making a new track called The Power of Influence. I'm going to be trying my best to make a real progression first. So that will mean me being on the piano, recording the sound and doing vocals. Then after that, I'm gonna produce the beat and make the beat obviously with an intro. Well, it will have an intro, so a verse, outro, and that will be the completed beat. So let's begin. The power of influence. The power of influence. The power of influence. The power of influence. You've got to inspire and help other people. The power of influence. The power of influence. So as you can see there, viewers, that was the beginning part of the beat, like I said, that I was gonna record. So now we're gonna edit it, and then we're gonna make the main beat, like I said, obviously the verse and the outro. So obviously I just composed that and obviously produced that sound. So this will be for the beginning part of the beat, and then we'll work from there. So I'm just gonna edit it now. Power of influence. The power of influence. power of influence. The power of influence. You've got to inspire and help other people. The power of influence. Okay, so we're just gonna save this file. So I've saved the file now. So next we're gonna actually produce the verse for the beat. And we're gonna obviously do the outro as well. So when I do the intro, it's already done. So how you do it, you just get the audio clip or the file, obviously of what you recorded, click into it, and then you basically go to the folder and then just add the file that you recorded onto the actual FL Studio session, and then you'll be able to actually listen to the track that you recorded. So I'm gonna normalize it. I always normalize my beats because it's just quite important I do that. And then you just there's another way you can do it as well. You can obviously just put the clip, like, how can I put the clip just like drag it across, but obviously I did it this way because obviously I want to sort of see the clip as I'm obviously recording it. So that's the reason why I did it that way rather than just dragging it into the playlist. So it's a bit easier to do that. So now that is obviously the clip that I wrote. That's not the clip, sorry. That's obviously the recording that I did. Obviously when I composed the beat, obviously the introduction, and then I did my vocals over it. So now we're gonna do the verse. So we're gonna do the verse. So first I do the verse drums. And as I want to make this beat a bit simple, I don't want to complicate this beat. I want it to be simple. Okay, so that's the actual drums for the verse. So we're gonna add it. So just gonna put it a little. I'm gonna put it a little bit before the actual. Actually, I was gonna do something, but it's okay. I'll just put it where I was going to actually, because I want to put a vocal again, obviously on the track. So I'm just gonna put it a bit forward, and then obviously give the space to obviously uh to obviously produce more of the sound. So Okay, so I'm gonna put a little vocal here because obviously I just want just to give it a bit more of an effect because obviously it's just int introduction, and then I just want to add a little effect to it just to give it a bit more of a sound. So I'm gonna just use a normal vocal. I could obviously record it myself, but I'll just use a speaking vocal, which will be easier. And then yeah, just obviously a female voice, and then just put the power of influence. And then obviously turn down the the actual speed of the voice, because obviously you don't want it to be too quick, or it might sound a bit off on the beat. So obviously turn it down, make sure it's at the same speed and tempo as the actual beat itself, because or it will sound a bit odd when the vocal obviously is being expressed and spoken. So you will hear it now. Okay, so I've recorded it. Well, I've done the speech now, so I'm gonna add it, but I'm gonna do it separate to the drums because I don't want it to be included in that. So you just basically how you do it, you just add another pattern, and then you just do vocals, and then you can actually put the vocals separate away from the drums that you've done. So that's why I'm obviously doing that, because it's a bit more helpful rather than just having the vocals together with the drums when I want it separated to be in that space of obviously where I've produced the drums. Do you know what I mean? So it's quite important I do that. So so you just put it there. So let's just see how it sounds so far before I start working on the melody, because you've got to inspire and help other people. The power of influence. The power of influence. You see, so that's the reason why I didn't rush the drums straight after the intro, because I wanted it to have that little space in between. And obviously, when you do spacing on your production and on your instrumentals and on your beats, it gives the sound a bit more of an effect. So it's quite important to do that. So when you do produce, viewers, make sure you space out the beat a bit, not all the beat, but just some of the beat to give it a bit of variety and obviously to help the production of the beat. So next, we're gonna do the melody now. So I've already picked out the sound. We'll see sort of yeah, obviously I want it to be quite not a long melody, just a short melody, but obviously sound good at the same time. So sound. Yeah. Sometimes when you're producing the beat, you have to sort of imagine the actual melody on the drums, because obviously it might sound good to you as you're hearing it, obviously as you're doing the melody, but it might sound a bit off-putting to the drums. So you have to just make sure you get the timing right when you obviously put the notes together, and make sure that the melody sounds obviously good on the drums, because if it doesn't sound good on the drums, then it's not going to really make the beat, a good beat to listen to. So it's quite important, to make sure when you do produce your sound, it actually can, you know feel good on the drums. The melody sounds very simple, but I don't wanna complicate it, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. I don't wanna add too much to it, because sometimes a simple beat or a simple melody is better than like a racy sort of a melody. So, simplicity is quite important when I'm making beats. We'll see how it sounds, but obviously, if I do need to change it, I'll change it. But I don't think so. I think it sounds alright. So, okay, so we're gonna play it now and see how it sounds. Yeah, so it sounds exactly how I would want it to sound. So it sounds really good. So next we're gonna do the verse bass, because you always have to put a bass in your productions because it's quite important. So my bass will be a simple bass, though, not nothing too complicated. Just to keep the beat simple and stuff. So just a simple bass. Sorry, I just messed up the oh, be careful. Another way of doing the bass, which I haven't showed you, which I'll show you now, which is doing it like this. So the actual melody is there, and you go onto the guitar, which I'm using, an acoustic guitar, and then you just follow the notes. So follow it, and then make the melody that way, and then I can and then I'll cut and paste it onto its own pattern. Because obviously this is an easy way of doing a bass. If you find it difficult to make a bass sound, obviously connect with the track. So obviously you can do it this way, which is quite an easy way to do it. So yeah, but when I normally do my melodies, I just do it from just my own listening, like skills sort of thing. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna cut and paste this. And like I said, we're gonna add it to the actual bass pattern that I already set up, because it's easier that way. Because obviously you don't want to. I find it easier to obviously do your melody, do your bass separate to your melody and have it on a separate pattern, because it's just easier to actually see where the bass is and obviously the melody as well. So that's why I always separate it. I don't put it on the same compact pattern together. I always separate it, which is quite easy to do, like I showed you. So now we can listen to it. So it sounds good now. So next we're gonna do the outro. I know this beat has been a bit long to obviously do, so sorry about that, viewers. Obviously I'm trying to explain, you know, more in this obviously beat, and I've had to obviously record the intro, so it has taken a bit longer than normal. So sorry about that. But obviously I hope you're learning and I hope it's helping. So yeah, so basically now I'm gonna do the outro. So I'm gonna do everything together because it's just easier that way. So just a simple outro, and then yeah, the beat's actually done basically. So yeah. Power. So the melody, the outro is done. So we've got the drums, we've got the key pianos at the beginning of the outro. Then I did it with the pads that I use for the melody, obviously to just give it some variety. So we're just gonna add it to the playlist now. Then the track's done basically. Completed a track. Sounds good, and yeah, obviously I hope you've enjoyed watching the tutorial. So just gonna add it now. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so we've got the introduction here, like I've recorded, and then we've got the drums, vocal there, uh, melody, bass, which is the verse, and then we've got the outro here, which are done all together. But just to make sure it sounds a bit better, I'm gonna add the vocals in because I haven't added the vocals from the one that I made earlier. So just add it to make it give it a bit more of effect. So we're just gonna add it now. So just put it in. Always put it in like I space it out on the beat, so it's not just all together the vocals. It's just a bit at a time sort of thing. So you will hear it. So yeah, just I find it easier to do it that way anyway. I always find it easier. But everyone has their way of putting the vocals in. Some people put the vocals as a whole. You know, like, what's the word for it? Sample. But it's lots of different ways of how to do it. I just do it this way because I find it easier. So yeah. So that's it really. And then yeah, the beat's done really. So let's just hear how it sounds, and then yeah, just gonna save it. So it sounds good. I actually like this beat. I think it's quite a good beat. And I'm happy with it. So we're just gonna save it now. I always save the actual session itself, and I also save the MP3 file as well. So I've always got a backup of the actual session that I've done. So that's why I save it, just to be on the safe side, because it's always good to have the session of the obviously audio that you do. So, well, the production that you do, the music production that you do. Sorry. So yeah, always make sure you do that and back up things as well. So we're just gonna save the MP3 file now, and yeah, just put it in the folder, and then that's the track done. So then after this, I normally edit it more and mix it down more just so it sounds a bit more professional. So I do that on Audacity, but as far as the FL Studio session for today, obviously it's done. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, and as always, viewers, thank you for watching the video, and yeah, hope it helped.